You're saving maybe $100 a month, maybe three, and every time you check that balance you feel it, that sinking voice. This isn't enough, this will never be enough. You're not wrong to feel that way. For the first 10 years it looks pathetic, like you're trying to fill the ocean with a teaspoon. But here's what nobody tells you, you're not filling an ocean. You're planting seeds in soil that multiplies everything you put in. And right now in the dark, something is happening that you can't see yet, something exponential. Something that doesn't care how small you started, only that you started. By the time we're done, you'll understand why the janitor who saved $200 a month retired with over $1 million, while the executive making six figures retired broke. You'll know the exact moment your money stops being addition and becomes multiplication. And you'll see why the invisible middle years are where millionaires are actually made. Sarah did save just $280 per month for 18 years. Today, she's sitting on $412,000, same salary she always had, different understanding of time. Let's be honest about what's actually happening to your retirement savings right now. You put money in month after month. Year 1, you've got maybe $3,000. Year 3, $10,000. You're in your mid-30s, you've been doing this for half a decade, and you look at that number thinking, I'll be 80 before this matters. That feeling, it's why most people quit. Because your brain wasn't built to understand exponential growth, we think linearly. If you save $500 a month, in 10 years you should have $60,000, right? Your contributions, that makes sense. But that's not what's happening. What's actually happening is invisible. Every dollar you invest doesn't just sit there, it earns, and then those earnings earn, and then the earnings on the earnings earn. It's a chain reaction happening in total darkness for years. This is the trap. The most powerful phase of your wealth building looks exactly like nothing's working. Think about planting a tree. You water it every week. For months, you see barely anything above ground. But underground, root systems are exploding, networks forming, foundation building. And the moment that foundation is strong enough, that tree doesn't grow slowly anymore. It erupts. Your retirement account is doing the same thing right now. You just can't see the roots yet. Here's the moment that changes everything, and almost nobody talks about it. Year 13. Not year 1, not year 30. Year 13 is when your investment gains finally surpass your annual contributions for the first time. That's the crossing point. The moment your money starts working harder than you do. Let's use real numbers. $500 a month, 10% average annual return. Standard retirement math. Year 1 through year 12. Your contributions are doing the heavy lifting. You put in $6,000 per year, your account grows by maybe $4,000 or $5,000 from returns. You're still the engine. But year 13, your returns start beating your contributions, and it never goes back. Year 15, your gains are 50% bigger than what you're putting in. Year 20, your returns are double your contributions. Year 25, triple. By year 30, every dollar you contribute generates $17 in total growth. But you had to survive those first 12 invisible years to get there. Most people don't. They look at year 5, see $28,000 and think, what's the point? They quit. Right before the multiplication actually starts. This is why financial freedom isn't about how much you make. It's about how long you let time work. Let me show you what this actually looks like when someone understands it. Tyler, 32, warehouse supervisor. Salary $58,000 per year, divorced 3 years ago. One daughter, Emma, age 9, rent $1,200 a month. Student loan debt from a degree he never finished, $19,000. Every morning at 5:47, Tyler's alarm goes off. He opens his phone. Bank account $314, payday in 6 days. He does the math, groceries, gas, Emma's after-school program, the knot in his stomach tightens. Wednesday, April 9th. 2:18 in the afternoon, Tyler's sitting in his car on lunch break, scrolling through his retirement account for the first time in 11 months. Balance, $21,400. He's been contributing $320 a month for 7 years. 72 contributions. That's $26,800 he's put in himself. The account's down $4,000 from what he contributed. He closes the app, leans back, thinks, I'm throwing money into a hole. That thought sits with him for 3 days. Saturday morning, Emma asks, Dad, are we ever gonna move to a bigger place? Tyler doesn't answer right away. He's thinking about that retirement account, about working until he's 70, about the voice that says he's too far behind to catch up. But something shifts. Monday, April 14th. Tyler makes a decision that terrifies him. He's not touching that account, no matter what, even when it feels pointless, even when the market drops, even when he wants to use it for Emma's summer camp, not one withdrawal. He doesn't increase his contributions. Can't afford to, just commits to never stopping the $320 a month. Year 10, Tyler's 42. The account hits $73,000, his contributions $38,400, gains $34,600. First time his gains are close to matching what he's put in. He notices, doesn't celebrate, just notices. Year 15, Tyler's 47. Balance $162,000, his contributions $57,600. Gains $104,400. His money earned almost double what he contributed. He finally gets it. Year 22, Tyler's 54. Emma's in college now. He checks the account on a Thursday evening. Balance $407,000. Contributions $84,400 total over 22 years. Returns $322,600. His coworker says, "Dude, how'd you save that much on our salary?" Tyler replies, "I didn't, I just never stopped." Tyler didn't become rich. He became someone who understood that years 1 through 12 were building a foundation he couldn't see. And years 13 through 30 were when that foundation paid him back 30 times over. He didn't get a promotion, didn't inherit money, didn't win anything. He just refused to quit during the invisible years. Here's the system that actually works, broken into pieces you can use today. First piece, automate before you can think. The moment your paycheck hits, money moves to your retirement account, not what's left over, not if you remember. Automatic, non-negotiable, because discipline isn't about willpower, it's about systems that don't require willpower. Second piece, ignore year-to-year performance. Your account will drop, markets crash, your balance will go red. If you're checking monthly and panicking, you'll quit. Check quarterly at most. Better yet, annually. The shorter your time horizon, the more chaos you see. Zoom out. Third piece, understand the only number that actually matters. It's not your balance, it's not your returns, it's time in the market. Someone who invests $500 a month for 30 years at 8% beats someone who invests $1,000 a month for 15 years at 10%. Time wins every single time. Fourth piece, reinvest everything. Dividends, interest, gains, don't take distributions, don't spend the growth. Every dollar that stays in multiplies, every dollar you pull out stops the chain reaction. Fifth piece, increase contributions with raises, not lifestyle. Got a 3% raise, put 2% toward retirement before your spending adjusts. This is how you accelerate without feeling it. Your lifestyle stays stable, your future explodes. The people who retire wealthy didn't do anything complicated. They followed these 5 pieces for decades. That's it. No secret formula, just consistency meeting exponential math. Let's talk about the lie you're probably telling yourself right now. I'll start when I make more money. I'll get serious about this when I pay off debt. I'll invest heavily once I'm in a better position. Here's why that's the most expensive belief you can hold. Time doesn't wait for you to be ready. Every year you delay is a year you lose the multiplication effect. Starting at 25 with $200 a month beats starting at 35 with $500 a month. Starting at 30 with 300 beats starting at 40 with 800. The early money has more years to multiply, more compounding cycles, more time to turn small into massive. You're not behind because you're not contributing enough. You're behind because you haven't started, or you started and stopped, or you're waiting for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. There's only did you begin and did you stay. Most people spend their 20s and 30s thinking retirement is too far away to matter. Then they hit 45, look at their account, and realize they're 15 years behind. Now they're panicking, trying to catch up, doubling contributions, feeling the pressure. But the people who started at 28 with just $200 a month, they're sitting on $250,000 at 45, contributing the same amount, feeling zero pressure. Because they gave time the room to work. The belief that you need a lot of money to start is the belief that keeps you from ever having a lot of money. You don't need a lot, you need time, and time starts today. Stop and think for a second. What if you'd started 10 years ago with whatever you could afford back then, even if it was $50 a month? Where would you be today? You can't change that, but you can decide what your future self will ask 10 years from now. Will future you look back and think, "I'm so glad I started," or will you be asking the same question, "What if I'd started 10 years ago?" Right now, you're at the beginning of someone's exponential curve. Yours, the invisible part, the part where it looks like nothing's happening, the part where most people quit. You get to choose if you're the person who quits because year 5 looks small, or the person who makes it to year 15 when everything changes. Your retirement wealth isn't built in the years you can see it growing. It's built in the years you can't. The years where you're watering roots you can't see. The years where you're trusting a process that feels slow. Those years, they're not wasted, they're the foundation. And when you hit that turning point, when your money starts working harder than you do, you'll realize something: you didn't get lucky. You just understood the one thing most people never learn. Time doesn't care how much you start with, it only cares that you started and that you stayed. Comment exponential if you're committing to never stopping your contributions, even when it feels slow. If you're the type who refuses to let impatience destroy your future, the video on screen shows you the exact account types and strategies that maximize compound growth over decades. Like this video, share it with someone still waiting for the perfect moment to start. Subscribe because every week I bring you the mindset and math that financially free people use. Become a member for exclusive walkthroughs on building retirement wealth on any income. And drop in the comments, how long have you been investing and what's the biggest lesson time has taught you? Let's build generational wealth together.